Hi everybody, this is Alchemist2, and I'm back again with another movie review. I just recently got a chance to see Age of Adeline, and I had wanted to see this in the cinema, but I hadn't had the chance, and it really is a stellar film in all accounts. And it is a romantic dramedy, and it's got a little bit of sci-fi in it as well, which is very, very interesting. Some of the parts of the film are a little bit predictable, but if you watch a lot of movies like I do, then you understand exactly what's going to happen next in the mechanism of the story to segue from one part to the next. But despite that, I thought that the movie was really quite wonderful, and the humor was excellent, and it had a really good message, I thought. I'm not going to say what the movie was about exactly, because if I do, it'll give away a lot of spoilers if you haven't seen it. But it reminded me quite a bit of Doctor Who, in a way. I mean, there really wasn't any time travel involved, but there was a lot of passing through the ages without the mechanism of a time machine. So it was similar in that way, different in others. And it talks about true love and what it really entails, and I absolutely loved it. I thought it was just resplendent in every way, shape, or form. The cinematography was gorgeous. The soundtrack was wonderful. It was just a really excellently done film, and I can't say any more good about it, honestly. It's just one of those movies that would probably be better seen in an actual cinematic format, but I love Letterboxd, so yeah, I prefer Letterboxd over widescreen. I'm one of those weird people, but it gives me more of a cinematic experience, and it is escapism for me. I am prayerful that someday, an Ellis will come into my life, just like it did for Adeline. And I think it will. I've been really patient, and it's very difficult to find somebody you really connect with on a spiritual and intellectual level, and that's what I'm looking for. And yeah, I might be just skipping stones, but I really don't think I am. I'm an optimist. I do believe that this person will manifest themselves when the time is right. I don't know what else to say. It just really was a really splendid film, and just astronomically done, completely scintillating. With the plot was absolutely terrific, and everything about it was just exceptionally, extraordinarily done. And as far as films are concerned, I gave it 2 thumbs. I give it 2 thumbs way up and 5 stars hands down. It has no quibbles, no quabbles, no kvetching from me. There really wasn't anything that I found to be irritating or annoying or anything like that. It's kind of like a movie that I would do, because I do a lot of narration. And in order for this movie to make sense, you have to have the narration, or it absolutely makes 0 sense. But there are a lot of things that kind of make you think and kind of make you wonder, and I'm not going to say what it is, because like I said, spoiler alert if I do. But that's basically all I have to say about Age of Adeline. If you haven't seen it, then go see it. It's really worth your while. It's worth the money to see. It definitely is. It's one of the better movies I've seen in a good long while. It's a romantic dramedy that I think both men and women can appreciate. It's a good date movie. It's there are a lot of good things about it, and it has so many marvelous qualities about it and attributes that I think can be summed up by the word life. Basically, instead of existing and running, but living. That's the crux of the film, and you find out that Adeline learns that. She finally surrenders, And yeah, there's a lot of interesting things to be said about that, psychologically speaking, and just showing her sacrifice, I do believe, and not telling lies anymore, and having to basically fib her way through life, and just that's no way to exist. That's just not a good way to function in life. It's more of kind of it's a bad way to go about doing things. Let me just put it that way. It's basically all I have to say. My previous, and I tried to do a really good review of The Intern. I don't know if it came out very well. I haven't really had very many views on it, but that's okay. But I already did an update. He's going to be staying in our garage for a while to get all the clothing out of the garage, but he's trying to find a place to go, and I'm neither one of us are really pleased with that, but it's the way things are. He's working on getting himself back on his feet. He didn't really have a plan, but it's his life. We've done what we can, and I know it sounds cruel, but he's old enough. He's a big boy. He can take care of himself. But Dad and I have learned from the experience. I've since we've actually taken on the responsibility of getting him stable, or giving him some support, and helping him get over addiction. I've been writing in a journal, and I haven't really been using real names. I've been using aliases to protect the innocent. And at some point in time, I'm hoping that I can write a book based on that, on compiling all my experience. And I don't know. I don't know if people would want to read something like that. I'm sure they do, because they need inspiration. But his story is a continuing story, and neither one of us know how it's going to end. Though we do know that he seems to be on the right. We think he's on the right track right now. It's up to him, and sometimes old habits die hard, and it's very challenging for an addict to return to what they once were. They really can't. At some point in time, there are instances where their minds are still addled by what they did, and they're never really normal. I mean, I know that sounds really harsh, but there's a lot of truth in that. All we can do is hope and pray for the best, and just keep up to date with him and see how things go from there. And a lot of other things are going on. I'm not going to say what's happening right now, because it's not something I want to admit to the whole world, because there are people who don't really know us, and I know a lot of you support me, and I really appreciate that, for you coming back and watching my reviews and parodies and everything. And I hope I make you smile. I hope I enlighten you. The reason I'm doing this is to educate and to enlighten and enliven, and prayerfully I am doing so. Don't know what else to say. October is here, and I pray I hear something excellent. I pray I hear something spectacular from work. Forget excellent. I want outstanding, or fantastic. The better, the better the adjective, the better. The bigger the adjective, the better. Don't really know what else to say. Honestly, I think I've covered basically everything in that review on the intern, which I don't think I did very well, but oh well. I tried. I kept getting sidetracked, and it was hard for me to do because, you know, it's just the type of person he is. He doesn't mean to. It's just his upbringing. He was brought up in a children's home, and it's sad because he feels like he was abandoned, and he basically was. But we did what we could. We were doing what we can, and we just got to keep ourselves in a positive mind frame. That's basically all I have to say. Age of Adeline is really a sensational film, and it's full of really good morals and values that you can really think about. And there are a lot of metaphysical things that happen in the film itself that, as a budding physicist myself, I was very intrigued by and fascinated by, and I always have been transfixed and mesmerized and bedazzled by electricity ever since I was little and had such close contact with it. I'm going to tell you a story about my experiences with electricity. When I was young, I put my finger underneath a prong, and I was unplugging one of my game systems, and the surge of electricity went all the way through my veins. It wasn't pleasant. I learned from then on, electricity actually kind of frightens me a bit because of that. I have a constant static aura around me all the time. I get shocked frequently, even in the summertime when you're not supposed to, and I'm not sure why, but my mother had the same thing, so it's probably hereditary. But I think it's pretty neat. Other people think it's kind of strange when they get shocked by me, but it's different. I guess I'm a rarity. Yeah, I've always been unusual, but that isn't uncommon for me. I witnessed an anomaly. I've witnessed quite a few anomalies in my lifetime, but the one anomaly that I tell people about quite a bit is the rolling what they call rolling thunder. If you've ever read unexplained books on the unexplained, they talk about this quite a bit, and it does exist. But I call it a ball of lightning because a ball of lightning is more apropos. It's not rolling thunder because it makes no noise. It's basically just lightning in its contained form, no pole for it to go to, either positive or negative, to discharge. So it just goes wherever it wills. And I had it go through it was a white just phosphorescent ball. Electricity. Yeah, electricity itself. And my hair stood up on end. It moved through my attic just very quickly. And thankfully nobody got hurt in the process. The TV got struck by lightning before the ball of lightning roamed through my attic and destroyed a television set. And television sets sound really funny when they die, and I know that sounds kind of morbid, but they go they literally do. I mean, they literally make a crepitation when they die. It's like they fizzle out. But that's all I wanted to tell you about electricity. But Adeline, it talks quite a bit about that, and it kind of makes you contemplate whether that would be possible or not, because that particular concept is not it's not a new concept. It's been done in Mary Shelley. So I think we as human beings have been fascinated by what we can't really grasp or understand. But that's all I have to say about Age of Adeline and my updates, and hopefully you understand what's going on. And many I don't know, there's a convention coming up, and Daddy says that I shouldn't go, although I really want to. But it's probably better I don't, because it would be a temptation, and we're still having some financial issues. But at some point in time, I do want to go to a convention, because I want to meet a lot of you guys, and I do want to meet a lot of my heroes and heroines, and get a chance to get pictures with them. And I know at some point in time I will. It's part of my bucket list, so yeah, I'm gonna get that done. Until next time, everybody. Live long and prosper. Ciao, Susie.